episode of Financial Freeway. My name is David J. Attwood, the man not rocking the Ray-Bans today. A little frustrated. I took a day to relax and recoup after a night of poker, and since then I cannot, for the life of me, find my Ray-Bans. So I'll have to do a better search when I get home tonight. But at 5:30 in the morning is a bad time to start tearing the house apart to find out what happened to my Ray-Bans. I had a few drinks on Saturday night with my mates and ended up having a wonderful time, a really wonderful time with everybody. But I did imbibe a little bit too much, and I paid for that with a day of not getting a lot of stuff done. Let's just say that. It's been a long time since I drank to excess, and I paid the price yesterday. So, a couple things that have happened over the last little while. Me and Gabby took off for kind of an impromptu micro vacation, and we zipped down south to Seattle. And we spent half of the day. We spent the morning in Seattle. Actually, it was really great. We spent the morning in Seattle walking around the piers, and we had lunch there. A bowl of chowder soup. It was really nice. In the sourdough bun bowl thing. So decadent. So bad for you, but it was so delicious. Then we headed on back to Port Angeles, and then we ended up going up to the Olympic National Park, and breathtaking, awe-inspiring. It was amazing. It was an amazing day, tooling around the state of Washington. You know, and you can understand why they call it the Emerald State. And also, I don't think enough is said about how beautiful that place is. I don't hear it enough anyways. Maybe it is. Maybe I just don't hear it enough. But that place is really beautiful. Well, so we went up. It's been Gabby's lifelong dream. And I mean lifelong dream. When she was very young, she got into watching documentaries about national parks in the United States. Before she knew English, before she lived in Manhattan, she always wanted to go to the Olympic State National Park. So I thought, let's just make this happen. Let's just go and have a good day and make it happen. And we did. We went down there, and man, it was such a great time. I wish we could have spent more time there, but it was one of those things we both agreed it was going to be a quick little micro vacation, was going to be a big deal. And so we did that. We got home about midnight. We were coming back through customs, and I've been through customs. She's been through customs many times, and she was like, "What's your problem?" I don't know what my problem is, but every time I go through customs, I'm always afraid they're going to go, you know what? I think we're going to have to do that. We're going to have to do a probe, see if hiding anything, do a cavity search. I'm always thinking that way. So when I get up to the agent, I was stammering over my words. I just forget things. It's so crazy that I feel that way. But we had a great time, amazing adventure, and I got a new coffee mug for my commute. So that was an interesting and really, really fun adventure. Saturday night, I ended up meeting up with the boys for our, quarterly poker night, and it was a good time. It always is a good time. I ate too much. I drank way too much. I ended up having to leave my car there. I can't find my Ray-Bans. I'm wondering where the heck they are. So, I think I wanted to talk just a little bit about today about how when it comes to being with, like, I go to work and I see people I don't see very often. I'm, good morning, how are you doing? How's life? But when I'm around these guys, these are my really good friends, we insult each other horribly. And it is what you do when you're a guy and you're good friends. And it's so funny. What does it say? How was it? Someone said this one time. Women will bond by praising each other, but they don't mean it. Men will bond by insulting each other, but they don't mean it. I think that was it was really powerful when I heard that, because that's exactly what me and my poker buddies do. And I say, I don't see these people very often, and when I'm planning a big event, I don't think to invite them. I mean, I do, but it's kind of funny how sometimes we have friends that just stay in this one little corner of our life. They're good friends. If I ever bumped into them, I'd love to go hang out with them and stuff, but poker is a real bonding experience for us. And there's a core group of 4 of us. And, other people come in and come out, and they just, they wonder what it's all, they kind of can't handle the insults that go back and forth. But it's been us for a long time, the core 4, I think. So, but it was a great time. As I said, it sucked that I had to waste a Sunday in recovery mode. Like I said, don't do it often, and I do remember, the last time that I was hungover, and it was a whole day of just moping around the house, not having the energy or the ambition to do anything or get anything done, and it was just horrible. So glad that's over. I'm feeling like $1 million today. Drank a couple of gallons of water yesterday. Just that's all I did is I drank water just all day. I had some scrambled eggs for breakfast and water. That was it. And but now I feel human again, so I'm feeling good and off to work. The unfortunate thing, as I said, can't find my Ray-Bans. What I wanted to talk today was about relationships. It's funny how with me and Gabby, how things are different than any relationship I've ever been before, where we're both very eager to please each other, and I don't know, maybe this is a bad sign on us, but I wake up in the morning, I just want to make her happy, and I get that same sense that when she wakes up in the morning, she wants to make me happy as well. And we do like to travel, and I know she likes to travel, and I wanted to do something for myself. And with that, I wanted to take her on a trip to Port Angeles, but the reality was there was a secret agenda. And that secret agenda was there was a very, very special, hard to get bottle of bourbon that I knew was in Bremerton. So I kind of made the entire trip around getting this bottle of bourbon in Bremerton. For those of you who don't know, I'm a collector of bourbon, and I chase after the hard to get, not just bourbon. I'm branching out into other whiskeys like Scotch, but I do actually go out and I look for the hard to get bottles. And there was a very hard to get bottle that was in Bremerton, and I wanted to get my hands on it. And that was kind of how that was the genesis for this whole vacation, this micro vacation. She didn't need to know that. She didn't need to know that was why I had the idea for the vacation. And the truth was that when we actually ended up driving down to Washington State, it was a very small, it took 5 minutes for me to stop in at this liquor store. That's it, 5 minutes. And if it's, and that's all it was. But the rest of the vacation was all about making sure she was happy and having a great time. And she enjoyed the heck out of it. If you want to follow her, I think it's Flavors of Freedom is her Instagram tag. And you know what? I'll tell you what. I'll put her Instagram tag in the description so you can see the videos and the reels she makes for our trips and our little vacations. They're cute. They're awesome. I love them. So the thing is that so many people when they're in a relationship, they live with this idea of a ledger, like I do for you, you do for me. It's a tit for tat. It's back and forth. It's one for one. Another thing I hear a lot is it's 50-50. Relationships are 50-50. These things are lies. They're flat out lies. And when it comes to being in a successful relationship, and I'm not the expert on relationships, but there is one thing in my time in the relationships I've had, there's one thing I've known to be truly successful, that really make the relationship great. One, give in the relationship without expectations of return. Like, don't do something for your partner in the hopes that they're going to do something back for you. Give wholly and completely, and let go of the outcome. Let go of the possibility that you're going to get what you want back from that person. There was a time in my life, a very, very hard, traumatic time in my life, when I was with someone who was in a situation where they could give me nothing. And in fact, worse than that, not only could they give me nothing, but they couldn't give me anything but anger and vitriol back. And I just kept giving, and it actually, that was when I started to realize that if you really truly love someone, you give without expectation, and it feeds you, it feeds your soul. And it's a hard thing to describe, and I'll just say it like it's how it felt. Is I found love. I always thought love was something you got back from somebody. Like, if somebody loved, if you were to feel loved, it had to be something that was given to you from somebody else. But the true happiness I felt is when I gave completely of myself into my relationship. And I'm not saying put up with abuse or neglect or anything like that, but there's always going to be a time, there may be a time in a relationship where you just have to look and go, this is not working for me for whatever reason, and you have to walk away. But make sure you're walking away for the right reasons. I was in a relationship for a while, and I kept wanting something back. Wanting something back. Like, I'm doing all this, I deserve to get something back. And it wasn't until that person could no longer give me anything back, and I had to give and give and give, and that's when I truly felt the joy of loving somebody. Like, the absolute joy of loving somebody. I feel that with Gabby. I actually really truly enjoy doing things for her. Now, having said that, on Saturday night when I said I'm taking off to go to play poker, she was not too excited about it. She was not very happy about it at all. But it ended up being, I think with that kind of situation is that's part of the whole individuality that you have to hang on to in a relationship. Is, I'm going to do this. It's not going to make you happy. I wish it did. I wish it didn't make you upset, but I'm still going to do it. And there is those moments in a relationship. I would say do those sparingly. I would say don't do them all the time. But after we came back from our vacation, and I hung out with her for 3 days straight, I thought, you know what, I'm going to go hang out with my boys. And so I did, and she was not that excited about it, but that's part of, I think, in our relationship, how it works. You have to hang on to your individuality, but if you spend every waking moment of your day serving your partner without want for anything in return, every so often you can take a little something for yourself. And I think that's what I did on Saturday night. And Sunday morning, I was expecting to get a lot of huffing, a lot of rolling eyes and sighing, but you know what? She was really happy. And not happy that I went out or that I snored all night long because I drank too much, or that I woke up hungover and useless for a whole day. But I think she was just happy that I'm living a life and I'm taking care of myself, as I said before. But I also take care of her the majority of the time, and you know, without wanting for something coming back, which I think is the key. Anyways, folks, thank you so much for stopping by and checking out the show. Again, I'm so distracted because I'm not wearing Ray-Bans, and I'm just in my mind as I'm talking right now. Where did my Ray-Bans go? Where did I drop them? Where did I put them down? Did I leave my poker? This is frustrating so much, so badly. Anyways, folks, thanks so much for watching. Make sure you check out Freeway23.ca. Subscribe if you haven't. Hit the thumbs up because that always helps. And of course, as I always say, spread the good word. Spread the good word, because we want the entire world to understand that everyone has the inalienable right to live a life of success and abundance. Thank you so much wherever you are in this world today.